In the remote depths of the South Atlantic Ocean, the team aboard the research vessel, the Abyssal Shadow, had set sail to unravel the secrets of the deep sea. Led by the renowned marine biologist Dr. Amelia Thompson, the crew consisted of geologists, engineers, and biologists who were eager to explore the darkest corners of the planet. As they descended into the ocean's depths in the submersible Nautilus, the sunlight gradually faded, replaced by the eerie glow of bioluminescent creatures. They marveled at the alien-like beings that floated past them, occasionally illuminating the hull of their vessel with a ghostly light. Dr. Thompson, engrossed in her research, was particularly interested in a new species of giant squid that had been recently discovered. As they reached the abyssal zone, a dark and otherworldly landscape emerged. The pressure and isolation of this hostile environment made the crew feel like they were on an alien planet. The Nautilus continued its slow descent, probing the depths with its robotic arms and collecting samples of sediment and marine life. One day, while analyzing an underwater canyon, the crew stumbled upon an oddly shaped rock formation. The structure was massive and appeared to be the entrance to a cave system. After a thorough investigation, they discovered that the cave was inhabited by an unknown species of bioluminescent fish that seemed to thrive in the dark, cold environment. As they ventured deeper into the cave, they found the remains of a long-lost shipwreck, its hull encrusted with corals and other deep-sea life forms. A chill ran down their spines as they realized that the ship was the legendary Siren's Call, which had disappeared without a trace nearly a century ago. As the crew explored the shipwreck, they discovered a sealed room within the decaying hull. Intrigued, they used the submersible's robotic arm to break through the door, revealing a room filled with strange artifacts and old nautical instruments. Among the artifacts, they found a journal belonging to the ship's captain. The entries in the journal described the captain's descent into madness, as he was haunted by a terrifying creature from the depths. According to the writings, the creature appeared as a shape-shifting mass of tentacles and bioluminescent eyes, always lurking just out of sight. The crew, unnerved by the captain's account, decided to leave the cave and continue their research elsewhere. As they turned to leave, they felt a sudden, powerful jolt that shook the Nautilus. The submersible's exterior lights flickered, casting ominous shadows on the cave walls. Panic set in as they realized that they were no longer alone in the abyss. The crew quickly discovered that they were being pursued by a massive, unknown creature, the very same creature that had driven the captain of the Siren's Call to madness. The creature seemed to defy all known biology, constantly changing its shape and blending into the darkness. As they navigated the treacherous underwater terrain, the creature relentlessly pursued them, using its bioluminescent eyes to disorient and confuse them. The crew fought to keep their sanity, as the creature seemed to invade their thoughts, forcing them to confront their deepest fears and insecurities. In a desperate attempt to escape, they activated the Nautilus's emergency ascent protocol. As they rapidly ascended through the water, the pressure wreaked havoc on the submersible's hull, causing it to groan and creak under the strain. As the Nautilus continued its rapid ascent, the crew prayed that the creature would not follow them to the surface. The pressure on the submersible's hull intensified, and cracks began to form, allowing water to seep in. The crew worked feverishly to patch the breaches, but they knew their efforts were merely a temporary solution. As they neared the surface, the crew realized that the creature had not followed them. They breathed a collective sigh of relief, but the sense of foreboding that had haunted them throughout their journey still lingered. Finally, the Nautilus breached the surface, and the crew was overjoyed to see the familiar silhouette of the Abyssal Shadow on the horizon. They were eager to leave the horrors of the deep behind them, but the memory of the Abyssal Lurker would haunt their dreams for years to come. In the remote and stormy waters of the North Atlantic, a seasoned crew of marine researchers embarked on a daring mission aboard the vessel, the Ocean's Whisper. Led by the enigmatic Captain Alistair, they sought to explore the uncharted depths of the vast ocean. Their journey took them to a region where strange anomalies and mysterious disappearances of ships had been reported. With the state-of-the-art submersible Triton, they descended into the depths, intent on uncovering the secrets hidden beneath the waves. The darkness enveloped them as they plunged deeper into the abyss. The Triton's powerful lights illuminated the strange and wondrous creatures that inhabited the fringes of this twilight zone. The crew, a mix of seasoned explorers and eager young scientists, couldn't contain their excitement as they documented their discoveries. As they ventured further into the depths, they encountered a previously undiscovered underwater cavern. Drawn by the possibility of hidden treasures and unknown species, they ventured inside, unaware of the malevolent force that awaited them. The cavern was a labyrinth of twisting tunnels, filled with bioluminescent flora and fauna that cast an eerie glow upon the walls. As they navigated deeper, they discovered the skeletal remains of an ancient shipwreck, its timbers warped and twisted by the passage of time. While exploring the wreckage, they stumbled upon a chest, its exterior encrusted with barnacles and coral. Carefully, they pried it open, revealing a trove of ancient relics and gold. Among the treasures, they found a cursed amulet, adorned with a sinister-looking sea serpent. Unbeknownst to them, the amulet was an ancient artifact that unleashed a vengeful spirit when disturbed. The crew's jubilation was short-lived, as the underwater cavern began to tremble and a monstrous serpentine creature emerged from the shadows. It was a Leviathan of ancient legend, its massive form twisted and grotesque. With a deafening roar, it attacked the Triton, its powerful jaws capable of crushing the submersible like a tin can. Desperate to escape, the crew launched the Triton's emergency ascent system, racing towards the surface as the Leviathan pursued them with relentless ferocity. The creature's wrath was palpable, and its attacks grew more vicious as the submersible neared the ocean's surface. The Triton breached the surface, but the Leviathan was not far behind. Captain Alistair, realizing the cursed amulet was the source of their torment, ordered the crew to throw it back into the sea. As the amulet sank beneath the waves, the Leviathan's rage seemed to dissipate, and it returned to the depths from whence it came. The crew, shaken and battered, returned to the safety of the ocean's whisper. They knew they had narrowly escaped a fate worse than death, and the tale of their harrowing encounter would haunt them for the rest of their days. The cursed depths of the North Atlantic remained a mystery, a dark and chilling reminder of the unknown terrors that lie beneath the surface of the sea. In the early 21st century, a group of ambitious marine researchers set sail aboard the vessel Ocean's Sentinel. Their mission was to explore the depths of the Indian Ocean, focusing on the elusive and undiscovered ecosystems hidden within the trenches. Led by the determined Dr. Jane O'Reilly, the team had caught wind of a tantalizing rumor. The Megalodon, thought to be extinct for millions of years, might still lurk in the shadows of the deep sea. The crew was eager to discover the truth behind the legend, and with the submersible Kronos, they embarked on a perilous journey into the darkest recesses of the ocean. As they descended into the abyss, the light from the surface faded away, leaving them surrounded by an eerie, otherworldly darkness. The Kronos' powerful lights illuminated the bizarre and previously unseen creatures that inhabited these depths. The team carefully documented their findings, hoping to make history with their discoveries. During their exploration, they encountered a massive underwater trench, one that seemed to go deeper than any known trench in the Indian Ocean. Intrigued, they decided to venture into the trench, hoping to uncover the truth about the Megalodon's existence. As they traveled deeper into the trench, the pressure increased, and the atmosphere grew even more oppressive. Suddenly, The Kronos' sonar detected an immense, fast-moving object in the distance. Before they could process the information, they were confronted by the nightmarish sight of an enormous Megalodon, its razor-sharp teeth glinting in the light of their submersible. Fear gripped the crew as they realized they had stumbled upon the lair of the fabled beast. The monstrous shark, sensing their presence, began to circle the Kronos, its predatory gaze fixed upon them. The Megalodon, seemingly angered by the intrusion, attacked the submersible, its powerful jaws leaving deep gashes in the vessel's hull. The crew, now in a desperate fight for survival, activated the Kronos' emergency ascent system and began their rapid ascent to the surface. The Megalodon pursued them relentlessly, its primal instincts driving it to annihilate the intruders. The Kronos struggled to outrun the colossal predator, its hull groaning under the immense pressure of the depths and the relentless attacks from the beast. As the Kronos neared the surface, the Megalodon's attacks grew more ferocious. The submersible's hull was close to collapsing, threatening to crush the crew within. Dr. O'Reilly, driven by a combination of fear and determination, initiated a last-ditch maneuver, activating the Kronos' emergency flares to momentarily blind the Megalodon. The plan worked. The Megalodon, disoriented by the sudden burst of light, halted its pursuit, allowing the Kronos to breach the surface and return to the safety of the ocean's sentinel. The crew, shaken and scarred by their encounter, vowed never to return to the depths of the Indian Ocean. They had uncovered the truth behind the Megalodon's existence, but paid a terrible price for their discovery. The story of their brush with the prehistoric terror would forever be a chilling reminder of the ancient horrors that still lurk beneath the waves.